Does it start right away? I think it does.
Yeah, it is.
Hi, everybody. So congratulations, Amanda. I need you to be quiet. I got you Cheetos to be quiet, not to talk about them. Okay. Congratulations, Amanda. Amanda just went diamond yesterday and earned a $5,000 bonus, which is amazing. I'm so excited for you. So we have to go through this in 40 minutes because that's all Zoom allows us. But yeah, so I'm going to just be asking you questions and whatnot. Okay. So can you introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been in, and just like your story in under a minute.
Yeah. So I've been in since January of 2016, so about a year and a half now. And I joined because I had gained a lot of weight and I was really stressed out about it. And I was just really depressed about it and not loving myself. And so I had actually ordered some products from another company that I won't say the name of, but I spent about like $250 for their whole pack, and I starved myself, and I did their whole weight loss line, and I didn't really see any results. So I was so defeated and so annoyed, as you can imagine. And I actually saw Danielle on my Instagram. I don't know how we became friends really, but I probably liked one of her pictures and she messaged me, and I right away went for the wraps and the fat fighters. And I had actually used a wrap like years before, but I used it and I drank a bottle of wine and I ate really bad. So I know that I didn't really see great results and I didn't think anything of it. So I just never tried it again. But when Danielle messaged me, I just decided to be a customer. And then I was a customer for maybe about, I don't even know, maybe like a month. And Danielle accidentally messaged me. She was trying to message someone else to ask them to join her team. And she accidentally messaged me, and I just decided to say yes right away. Like, I didn't even really think about it. I just thought, okay, I'm ordering the product, so I'm just going to try it. And I joined thinking like, I know I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm just going to join to be like a rap girl, like, you know. So yeah, that's kind of how I got started.
I love that. Like, because I remember going through our old messages and being like, why would I send you a follow-up for like a just PDT? Like, I had never, you know, and so it's a total complete like God thing that she's even in it works. Okay, so 2 months ago, you were struggling a little bit to even maintain executive. And we had a conversation, and you told me something that you were thinking about at your normal job, and then something just kind of shifted. And can you kind of explain that a little bit to us?
Yeah, so I was a Ruby, but I was struggling to keep my executive as a Ruby, and I was really focusing on It Works a lot instead of my other job. And I started to kind of doubt myself for a minute and start to think, why am I working so hard for this and not working at my other job to try to advance there? And I was thinking like, maybe I should switch my goals. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But then I just really thought about, I've been at my job for 10 years and it's just not something I want to do for another 10 years. So I decided that I was thinking stupid and I was doubting myself for no reason, because I know that this is what I want to do. So I just shifted that thought, and I talked to Danielle, and she's an amazing leader. So she quickly got me out of that mindset, and I really appreciate it.
I love you. Okay. I remember we were just on the phone for like a good like 3 or 4 hours or something, and we were just like, we're gonna be like faster. Like, we were just like on and on and on, like going over our goals, and it just felt like something just felt like so like just something clicked. I don't know what it was, but like it just something, and then you went emerald and then diamond.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a moment where you kind of just think this is the time that I need to do it or it's not going to happen. And that's where I was. I sat at Ruby for a long time and I was struggling to even maintain my Ruby. So I just thought, you know, this is the time to do it. And if I don't do it now, I don't think that I will have the drive. So I really started pushing for it.
Yeah, I remember that when I went diamond. that was it. I was like, I have no other choice. Like, I'm just going to do it. And I made that decision, and then that's what happened. Sorry. Did you chart?
I did chart. Okay, so I hadn't ever charted before. Like when I went Ruby, I didn't chart. And I didn't know how close I was to Emerald, you guys. So that's why charting is so, so important, because it shows you exactly where you are, where you need to be. And it's important to know that, because I was so close to Emerald and I didn't even know. And I was probably placing things in the wrong place. And it's just something that you need to do. So if you don't know how to do it, get with your leader and, you know, definitely chart with your leader and stuff, because it's so important.
Yeah, I agree. And I chart, like I'm charting tonight after my kid goes to sleep, and I'm going to write down my June goals plan sheet that you can get in eSuite. And it's so important because to have that foundation, just like when you're building a house, you don't start building a house without blueprints and a foundation. That's where you start first. Otherwise, you don't have, like, you're not going to be able to do it. Okay. Did you write your goals down, and did you look at them every day?
I did. I actually have all over my walls, I have little stickies that say diamond, and I've had them there for so long that they were already falling off. But so I do write my goals down. I have a dream board. I manifest it every day in my mind. I think about it every day. I wake up and I'm thankful for it, and I look at my dream board and I know that I'm going to get there, and I just believe it. And you know, before I didn't really believe it. Like I did do all this same stuff, but I didn't have that belief that it was really going to happen. And I feel like doing personal development and like meditation and just getting yourself to kind of believe in yourself and just like love yourself is a huge part of it.
Yeah, I think meditation for me, that's what we both kind of started like last month. It was just like, there's so many guided meditations on YouTube, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, like whatever you can do, meditate. It's like, just make it a part of your personal development. And Amanda was telling me at the end of last month that her note that says, I am diamond, it kept trying to fall off of the wall.
And it was yesterday that it was doing that. It kept trying to fall off, and I kept pushing it back, and I'm like, no, you have to hold on for one more day because you cannot fall off right now. This is not happening.
I think that's so funny. Okay, how I don't want it. How often did you follow up?
I follow up all day, every day. So I did this thing recently where I set myself kind of on a schedule, and what I would do is, like, I would post something, and then while I was waiting for people to kind of like it, I would go and follow a bunch of people. Then, like, before I sat down to eat dinner, I would make sure that I followed up with like 20 people. Or before I went to the gym, I would do the same thing. I kind of did it in little goals like that. First, I started out with like 10. Then as I started talking to more people, of course, it grew to 20. Then it kind of went to 30, which is, you know, crazy. But so before I did anything that I wanted to do, like paint my nails or wash the dishes or whatever, I would sit down and I would quickly follow up with the people that I knew I needed to follow up with, or I would send out like 20 new messages to new people. So I would just set those little time frames of when I was going to do that before I could do anything that I needed to get done that day.
So you weren't just like sitting there like on your butt like watching Netflix all day and then like going out all weekend and stuff like that?
No, like I have not watched TV for the longest time. I haven't listened to the radio because I got so into the book, You Are a Badass at Making Money, you guys. I listen to that all the time. It like changed my mindset so much because I really do feel like, even yesterday when I promoted, I was like, do I deserve this? Like feeling stupid about it, but no, like you do deserve this and all of you deserve it. And it's just getting over that fear of like achieving it, I guess, that you have to really just focus on.
Isn't that such a silly thing? Because I have the same thing too. Like, do I really deserve $2,000 a month? Like, that's such a silly thing. Of course you do. Like, why not?
Everybody does. And that's what I felt like today, kind of as a little low key, like, wait, I'm diamond. This is so weird. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like you need to get out of that mindset and just keep pushing because everybody deserves it. It's not being greedy. It's not like there's so much. I mean, it's just money is everywhere. And
Yeah, if you can go to anywhere that you walk into and spend money, why can't you just keep on making more? Like, it's everywhere. It's okay to have money.
and you can just do so many amazing things with it. Like I was able to donate to Children's Cup this month, which I never thought I would have the $39 extra to sponsor a child, and I've been able to do that, and it feels so good to do something like that, you know, and I just want to do more. So
yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I just want to keep giving back and keep giving back. Like, obviously, I'm still on like a budget. Like, I can't give back all of my money. Do I want to? And I will, even if that means I have to penny pinch. But I was like, I just got to get to ambassador so I can like give like charity half of my like paycheck, you know? So, and that's what it works allows us to do. Like, if giving back is one of your passions, it works will allow you to do that. Not only are you giving back within your business because you're helping other people promote and make money and retire them and all this stuff, but you're also able to give back to your favorite charities and set your commissions up to $1, $2, or $5 every single month to give back and like just everything, you know. Do you think that the only way to get to diamonds or any rank really is to make that first like initial decision and shift in your head?
yes, because I did not make, there was a long time that I didn't have that in my head. And I feel like when you see that you're, you know, that you're close enough to make it and you feel like you have to do it, even if you're far away, like there were times that I was far away and I kept thinking this is not going to happen. But then I would just be like, this has to happen now or it's not gonna. Next month I'm going to be defeated. I have to push. And I feel like a lot of times people say like everybody has their own time and everybody has their own journey to get there. And that's so true. But say that after you've given it your all and you didn't reach your goal. Don't say it at the beginning because then that gives you the excuse to just not really go for it like full force.
I really like that. That's fire right there. Okay, let's see. So you have a full-time job?
I do, yeah. So what I do is I go to bed later. I wake up earlier, I drive to work, and I literally sit in my car for a good 30 minutes, you know, planning out what I'm going to be posting throughout the day and messaging people and following up during that 30 minutes. So I definitely have, for this month of Diamond, of course, I didn't sleep that much at all. But, and you know, like, I'm not saying that that's what you have to do necessarily, but like, you know, if you have a goal and you want to make it, you just got to do what you got to do. So yeah, I went to sleep way later. I got up way earlier and I spent my weekends doing this, and I didn't go out with friends because I knew that I wanted to get where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And just being you were so intentional with your time, and like, that's so important. And what's cool is like people think that they're giving things up, but like really you're just investing into your future. And if you invest 6 months to a year of your life, like of hardcore working, it doesn't matter if you need to take a month off, 2 months off, like you create this thing called residual income, and we all know what that means. Do something once, get paid for it for a long time, at least 3 months worth. And being uncomfortable and missing out on sleep and turning off your TV for like a little bit is worth it for a lifetime of financial freedom. Okay. Do you think that making your health a priority has helped you in your business and is giving you more energy?
Absolutely. Like, I feel like you have to feel good about yourself first before you can do anything. and not just in the business, but in life. You know what I mean? I think you need to put your health first, and definitely working out has helped me stay focused, because it's something that I know I need to do. And yeah, it's something that you have to train yourself to do, and you have to be dedicated, just like the business. So it definitely gets you in that mindset to work really hard.
Yeah, I've taken my health super serious this month, and I've definitely just like feel like I don't feel like shit. Like I just want to work, and I want to take my future serious. I want to take my business serious, and yeah. Okay. How often did you do personal development, and what do you do for personal development?
I did personal development every day. This past month I went overboard, like not overboard, but I mean, there were times that I was like, okay, I'm done doing personal development, but I actually meditate before I go to bed every night. I meditate in the morning. Like, if you know how you wake up in the morning, kind of half asleep, half awake, I put on my meditation and I let that put me back to sleep for a little bit. And then I get up and do another like personal development. So I usually listen to like my audiobooks in the car instead of music. I just do it every day, like all day, every day. I feel like it's so important. It makes you realize that you're worth it, you know?
Yeah, it's really important. And I thought personal development was the dumbest thing for like the first 6 months of my business. And you bet your ass that the first 6 months of my business, I did not promote. I hardly enrolled anyone. But then I started doing it every day. And Cami Dempsey says minimum 20 minutes every single day. You have 20 minutes. You are driving, turn off your music, put on an audiobook, put on a video. You know, like if you don't have one, come to me, go to the team page. Okay, a couple more questions. Oh yeah, I need you to be quiet for a minute. I need you to be quiet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did you walk around, did I already ask this, did you walk around and say, oh, this isn't gonna happen?
I did sometimes. Sometimes I would get into this little funk where I would be like, okay, I'm so far away. How is this ever going to happen? I didn't really say it's not going to happen, but I would say, how is this going to happen? And I would be scared that it wasn't gonna, but then I just started thinking about how you manifest things in your mind. And I've actually done this. Like, the other day, a guy was going to order from me, and I gave him the link, and I didn't know what he was ordering, right? So I told Danielle, I was like, oh, watch it be just a essential oil, right? And so she was like, don't say that. It's going to be a huge order. And then when he ordered, it turned out to be choose, which is like 15 GV, which is the same as an essential order. So I manifested that myself. I feel like if I would have been like, it's going to be a huge order, it would have been a huge order. But it goes both ways. You got to really think positively. You can't be like, oh, is this girl going to say no? Or when you're sending out messages, you can't have that doubt. You have to be confident. You have to know that you're going to get this sale. You have to know that you're going to help this person join your team. Like, it just has to happen.
Yeah, and I walk around all day. Like, again, like we all have our moments, especially promotion month. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like the devil and the angel, like, kind of thing. And then the small voice in your head that's like, no, you're not going to do it. It's too hard. You were like 4,000 volume away towards the middle of the month. Like, that's how much she needed.
It was scary. It was really scary.
It was scary. I was scared, and then we would like flip flop days. Be like, it's happening. It may be. I don't know. And then we would just like feed to each other, like, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. And like, you have to get someone like that in your life. You got to partner up with someone like that. You have to get like an accountability partner or something, and just feed life into that person and have that person feed life into you. Because this is just a side note, if you're surrounding yourself with negative ass people and getting negative ass things put inside your ear and not just blocking it out, then that's probably what you're gonna believe. You know what I mean? One more question, and I'm gonna have you give us your best tip. A couple months ago, you got so mad at me every single time I asked you to do a live video. So mad at me, guys. She would ignore me. She wouldn't respond to my messages. and she was just, it was your comfort zone, right? Like, you just didn't want to do it. So explain, how you feel now about live videos, because you just did one earlier, like you're doing them often now, and what was going through your head back then, and how important it is to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, Sam made us do a live video one time when we had a BOGO deal, and so we all did it. I did it, and I had people like making the sad faces and making the haha faces, and I was like devastated. It hit me so hard that I deleted my video. I messaged Sam and I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I hated it. And then Danielle started saying live videos are so important, like everybody should try them, and everybody was trying them, and I was so scared and I didn't want to do it. So she kept asking me over and over again. And I would just ignore her for the rest of the night because I was like, I'm not going to do it. And I would get kind of mad. I would get annoyed. I would be like, why is she pushing me to do this? I'm not ready to do this. But you know what? I'm like so thankful that she did, because I feel like I would have not gone out of my comfort zone if she wouldn't have believed that I can do it. And I know like it was annoying at first and I was scared, and that's why I was annoyed. But now I'm just super grateful that you pushed me to do that, because now I'm comfortable with it, like somewhat comfortable. I still get nervous, but I feel like it is important to get yourself out there that way so that people can see your personality, not just with your posts, you know? So I feel like it's a really good tool. And I'm working on doing a lot more of them because I'm still kind of shy about it.
And you know what? The first time that you did that live video, without me having to be like, do it, my mom was sitting right next to me while I was watching it, and she's like, she's never done a live video before, or she was like so like baffled that like you thought that you weren't going to be good. She's like a natural. I'm like, I know. Okay, so can you give us your best tip, best advice, words of encouragement, and just love on those who really need it right now?
Yeah, so I think that my best advice would be to just, when you second guess doing something, just do it. Don't second guess. Like if you're having that question of, should I message this person or maybe I shouldn't message her, just do it. Like it doesn't matter. People don't typically get upset. Like some do, and who cares? You know what I mean? But if that person could really, really want something that we have, like I had a few orders that were huge orders, and it's like if I wanted to message them, like I wouldn't be diamond right now. And it just, don't let the fear of people saying no or don't let that overwhelm you, because most of the time it's all in your head. They're going to be nice to you about it, and if they're not, then they're a jerk, and peace out to them. You know what I mean? So definitely I feel like just be confident, because we all know that we have an amazing product. We all know how awesome this opportunity is. So stay confident and just be excited about it. And that's really all that I can say. That's like my biggest tip.
I like that. Yeah, I just messaged a girl who like made fun of me in elementary school and like did not like me, and she's like, oh my gosh, I love it works. I was so scared to message her, and so now I'm gonna ask her about being a distributor. But yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to me that you're diamond. Like it makes me so excited.
I know.
I was gonna ask something else. Let me look at my questions real quick. Anything else? I'm sorry, let me see. What would you do at work? Like, because I know you've kind of been focusing more on it works at your normal job. But what would you do? Stop whining, it's ugly. What would you do the days that you couldn't pick up your phone? Was it just like doing more after work and stuff?
Yeah, so basically, like if I had days at work where I was super busy and I couldn't like sneak my phone in, I would take it to the bathroom. People probably thought I had the runs or something. Or I would make sure that I got up extra early those days. I would even like skip the gym, you know, or do like a shorter workout than I would typically do so that I can come home and like focus. I would also save some drafts in my like posts in Instagram. I would save them as drafts so that I could have them there and I would just post them later. well, throughout the day, I would just post them, and then I can follow up with all of the likes and stuff like that after work. So I definitely did do some pre-planning in the evening before I had a busy day and I knew I couldn't constantly be on my phone.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to open this up. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to say? Let me know. Oh, wait. I have to unmute you. Can you, like, raise your hand or write me a message? Oh, gosh. I should probably go off. It's fine. Okay. I don't think anyone does. Oh, wait. Hold on. Who does? Where's the chat? How do I open that?
It says, when charting, what kind of blueprints do you plan out?
So, like, do you mean, well, I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. How do I move this? Oh, wait, I have to close the chat. Brittany. Where are you? Okay, you're unmuted.
Hey, okay. Okay, so when you're charting and doing the blueprints and stuff, like I've tried to, like, do you go in detail as far as like exactly how many volume you're going to need this month and stuff like that? Like, do you do anything else, or just like?
So basically with charting, what you want to do is fill out all of your boxes on your chart with your distributors, and then you're going to go through all of their orders and all of their distributors orders, and you're going to add them up and put them in the box. So you want to make sure that you have that number accurate, and you got to do it a lot of times, because say if people change their orders, you're going to be accounting for that. You got to make sure, because like, for example, if I had an order changed, you know, on the 25th and I didn't chart again on the 25th, then I would not know what my true volume is for a certain person, and I could lose out on promoting. So you got to be sure that you're looking at it a lot and you're paying attention to who's adding customers and things like that.
Thank you.
Danielle, you're muted.
Okay. Thank you. Keeping your chart, I was like, keeping your chart in front of you and knowing exactly where you need volume. And because if you, I mean, you, like, if you wouldn't have been diamond if you didn't chart, you know, like you just, that just doesn't happen.
And I took my chart with me everywhere. My chart went with me everywhere.
Yeah, we just got the 10-minute thing. So does anyone have any other questions, or Amanda, do you have anything?
I just want to say, like, I'm so super, super proud of everybody on my team. Like, you all have worked so hard this month, and everybody, you know, there's been so many promotions and it's so awesome. So congratulations to everybody. Like, thank you so much for all your support. I know that I've messaged my team a lot and we just talk pretty much every day. So it's just awesome that we all have that support team, and you guys are just amazing and you're all so worth it. So just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to be diamond, and I know you are, and it's going to be amazing.
I love it. Yeah, it's a team effort. It's not just something that you can do on your own. I mean, what's the saying? Like, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So if you're wondering why your team isn't working, maybe you should look at what you're doing. But at the same time, also know, like, sometimes people just don't work, and that's okay. But you still got to do it, and, you know, you'll sign your rock star. And hold on, there's the chat. Oh, love you. And as I say, I get so distracted. Yeah, it's team effort. You got to work on yourself, because are you okay? Okay. Girlfriend, stop. Stop now. Your paycheck will never ever pass your personal development. So if you're not doing personal development, you're not going to promote. Your paycheck will not increase. And if you're doing personal development and you're promoting and increasing and all this stuff, but then you stop, then your paycheck's going to go down. Like, that's just a fact. I've lived that. And if you're at a point in your business where you're like, what the hell am I doing? Should I even be here? Yes, you should. If you're questioning that, you probably should, because that's just the devil trying, this, you know, angel devil kind of thing. That's your devil trying to or the devil trying to talk down on you or make you feel bad or whatever it is that he's making you feel, because when he knows that he can't destroy you, he's going to try and distract you by those thoughts, by things coming up in your life. Guys, I moved this month. I broke my freaking foot. My kid has literally been the devil her freaking self. Like, I'm not even kidding. And it's been a really crazy month. And Amanda, it's been a crazy month for you. Like, it's just been a crazy month in general. But you just have to make that decision. Like, am I really going to let these things that aren't even, like, I'm probably not even going to remember a year from now, make me lose my promotion, make me, like, just stop working my business consistently? And another thing, consistency is key. So if you're consistent for a week and then you just stop being consistent, it's like you're starting all over again. You know, like, you just have to be consistent every day. Like, I know if I missed a day of posting, I feel like everyone would think I died, you know. Like, you have to just be consistent and believe, because I think that success is 80% belief, because when you believe it, then you want to work, and that's where it comes from. But when you don't believe it, you're just like, man, I'm going to throw my phone over there. Like, I'm not going to schedule this rap party. I'm not going to do this. But even if you don't believe in this moment, take belief from me and stop looking at yourself through your own eyes and look at yourself through God's eyes, because God believes in you. God knows that you can do this. And when you start looking at yourself and putting yourself on that pedestal a little bit more, then I think that brings more belief. Does that make sense? Okay, did you want to say anything else, Amanda?
No, I'm good. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to send out the recording and post it and stuff if you want to send it to your team. But thank you. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, babe.
Bye.